With bouts of creative frustration, drug addiction, and chronic pain, ZZ Top have cycled through all the lowest lows of the rock and roll lifestyle. Before founding ZZ Top, guitarist Billy Gibbons played in a spacey Houston band called the Moving Sidewalks. Despite some early promise, including opening for Jimi Hendrix, the Moving Sidewalks era proved to be difficult and frustrating, as the band released just a couple of singles and recorded only one album, called Flash. The Moving Sidewalks completed recording Flash in early 1968, but their label refused to release it. In August of that year, they were on the docket for the Catacombs Pop Festival in Houston, but they didn't show up and instead decided to try their luck in Los Angeles. Organist Tom Moore didn't make the trip, though, and soon after he was drafted for the Vietnam War. The band was further depleted when bassist Don Summers was also conscripted. By the time Flash arrived in stores at the end of 1969, the Moving Sidewalks had split up completely, although they reunited for a few shows in 2013. By the mid-1970s, ZZ Top was one of the fastest rising bands in the world. In 1977, drummer Frank Beard received his first big check for $72,000, which he quickly squandered. As he admitted in the documentary ZZ Top, that little old band from Texas, "I spent it on drugs, every bit of it." Beard's first drug of choice was LSD, and then he added in other substances to suit various purposes. As he explained, "The pills thing came about just from the workload, and the heroin thing came about because I just liked it. I mean, you ever done heroin? It's great. It's a vacation for the mind, and I liked it." Finding himself addicted to heroin and later cocaine, Beard sought out sobriety via rehab and a 12-step program. To give him time to recover, ZZ Top took a multi-year break and then reconvened in 1979.
Have a good time and leave the rest alone.
On one fateful evening, ZZ Top bassist Dusty Hill smoked so much marijuana that it led to a chilling moment of panic and despair. He was in his third-floor hotel room with tour manager Pablo Gamboa and bass tech Elwood Francis. Francis noticed that their window was outfitted with a secure metal bar that dropped below the opening. As he recalled on Instagram, "After I passed the joint to Dusty on the next round, I got up and jumped out the window. I can't see that I'd grabbed the rail with my hand as I was passing over it and was just hanging there like I would on monkey bars." At that moment, Gamboa and Hill truly believed that Francis had plunged to his death. As Francis detailed, "They ran over to the window expecting to see me splattered on the sidewalk, but found me hanging there laughing. They both just remained confused about what happened while I popped back inside." That was the last time Hill ever smoked marijuana. Dusty Hill used to keep a small Derringer-style handgun stowed inside one of his boots. On December 16, 1984, his girlfriend at the time was helping him remove the boots when the gun fell out, hit the ground, and sent a bullet upward into his abdomen. As he recalled to Classic Rock magazine years later, "To this day, I don't know how I could do it, but I didn't really feel anything at the time. All I knew was that I had to get myself to a hospital straight away, so I got in the car and drove there." After Hill got himself to the hospital, doctors managed to attend to the wound before the bullet could affect any organs, and he ultimately made a full recovery.
You go somewhere, and one thing will lead to another.
ZZ Top relentlessly toured for most of their history, only taking significant breaks for emergency situations. In May 2000, the band pulled out of a European tour after Dusty Hill received a hepatitis C diagnosis. He eventually recovered, but then in the summer of 2007, another European tour was canceled when Hill once again became too sick to perform. He had a non-cancerous growth in his inner ear, which required immediate treatment before it could lead to significant hearing loss. Then in 2014, Hill injured his hip after falling on the band's tour bus. Less than 2 years later, Hill had another fall, this time in the backstage area before a concert. In 2017, ZZ Top announced an indefinite break from live shows due to what was described as a tummy ailment affecting Hill. In 2002, ZZ Top scheduled multiple tour dates for Europe. One show in Paris went on as planned, but with drum tech John Douglas sitting in for regular drummer Frank Beard. Just after the band reached Paris, Beard experienced pain that was so severe that he had to be hospitalized. Doctors diagnosed him with acute appendicitis and decided that the best course was an emergency appendix removal. Beard later announced in a statement delivered from his hospital bed, "I'll be back in there as soon as the doctors give me the okay." He would eventually fully recover and rejoin the band on the road. Decades worth of performances eventually left Dusty Hill in so much pain that he had to leave ZZ Top's 50th anniversary tour for medical treatment. In July 2021, he headed home to Texas, with Elwood Francis filling in for him. Hill's wife, Charlene McCrory, then wrote on the band's Facebook page, "The plan was for another round of physical therapy with a different approach to help his chronic bursitis. The plan was he would return to the second leg of the tour in September." But just a week after Hill left the group, he passed away on July 28th at the age of 72.